and what's going on. See that sky? Right there. That's gorgeous. When I look at that sky, I see myself as that little kid again that had so much happy times. Before all this had fell apart, all the killing, all the hatred, all the so-called politics with Joe Biden and Donald Trump, and amongst other things. This is a disaster. But I shouldn't be blaming myself for it. You should never deal with self-hatred. It's not your fault. Like, actions speak louder than words. But of course, you gotta stop and think before you do, which was something I was taught when I was a kid. In the unfortunate case, I let my anger get the better of me too much. Like, when someone get underneath my skin, I can feel my chest getting so hot, I get really intense, like I'm about to fight. Like, okay, this person's pissing me off. I can't take this no more. But instead of want to go extreme and want to kick this person's ass, you need to stop and think. Take those deep breaths. And just walk away. And then maybe the situation will just calm down. Like, don't make it bigger than what it already is. People have hella way and want to get underneath your skin, whether it's at school, at work, out in public, in grocery stores. That's just, a part of human nature. That's just the world we live in. A bunch of negativity, a bunch of stupid, ignorant people that are just so unruly and disrespectful. You also deal with a lot of thieves. People that take things that don't belong to them. Carjackers, home invasions, shoplifters, purse snatchers, chain snatchers, grand theft auto, just a lot of thieves in this world. And that's another thing you have to be aware of. When you're by yourself, you think you have the peace and quiet. One minute, some thug will come behind you and want to attack you, want to rob you for your shoes or for your wallet, your money, whatever you got. And this past Halloween, I don't know what the fuck got in my head though. Like, there's one thing to defend yourself. There's a thing called self-defense. But then there's another thing to go too far. Yeah, I was defending myself with two hood rats wanting to attack me. But did I go too far? Did I got too violent? I mean, it's not like I've done enough violent things in the past. With fights that I've had with bullies at school, thugs in the neighborhood, gangster bitches who I got into it with that wanted to jump me and whatnot. But this part, I may have went too far. I may have went too extreme. I have told my parents for months that I've been dealing with this so-called insanity that I brought up with. It's kind of similar to my old issues I dealt with when I was 13. Oh yeah, I was out of control. I mean, the good part about it, at 13, I was happy. As I explained, 2014 was the last day of my childhood. I had fun before all this had happened. All this became a disaster. But then I started to be making some bad decisions when it came to getting into them fights, when it came to beating people up and whatnot. Letting your anger, rage, even fury getting the better of you will indeed get you into more trouble. But if you get too pissed off, you letting them win. Like, no matter how bad you want to punch this person in the face or beat the shit out of them, you can't do that. Especially nowadays. People are way more sensitive now. Way more sensitive. So many cases I've been seeing with police brutality, with gunshots, with killing, and amongst other things. That's why I told myself I gotta be real careful how I express myself. Because most of the time, I'd be scared to express myself. Of course, few people explain they're afraid of me. I had to explain to people, I'm just as scared of you as you are of me. In my whole life, I've been dealing with fear. I'm not very proud. Dealing with fear is unhealthy, as well with depression, PTSD, so-called insanity, and amongst other things. So back to what I was saying about how the fight that I had recently with some thugs that wanted to attack me and ride my bike. I completely got too violent. But as I was stomping on this thug's face, his head, it's like I was fighting somebody else rather. I don't even know how to explain this on live. But I'm just saying out loud though, you definitely got to control rage before rage control you. Like it's like I was fighting somebody else. And once I had got into that fight, it's like I was fighting somebody else. My whole mind went blank. Of course I was scared, but I was also intense. I was inflamed. My stomach was so hot that my head went to racing. Like, okay, it's fight time. And, you know, that's just everywhere. There's crime everywhere. You know, you're going to run into some stupid people like that. I could have walked away. I could have kept riding my bike home. But for some reason, my mind just went to the extreme where I feel like I had to prove that I was Mr. Tough Guy. Like I was not going to tolerate such vicious attack by two hood rats. And whether the people are with me or against me, you must protect yourself at all times. I don't care who it is. I mean, of course, this ain't the first time I've been in a situation like this. I mean, like I explained to you, I've been in several fights that involve 2 against 1, 3 against 1, 4 against 1. It didn't matter if it was boys or girls. I knew how to handle my situation. Go to the fight. Go to the extreme. Do the fight thing. I got a problem, I gotta fight. I know some things ain't worth it, but you feel like you gotta fight because of harassment or assault when a bunch of thugs and gangster bitches want to attack you, and then you do what the fuck you gotta do. You know, like I'm sick and tired of always trying to be nice, trying to be patient, hold back. Like, it's okay for people to mistreat me, but I can't mistreat them back. Like, that's the part you got all wrong. Like, I'm autistic, but I got feelings too. Like, anger is my strength, but sensitivity is my weakness. I'm too much of a sensitive person. I do sometimes get emotional, you know, because of my emotions gets the better of me. I don't always get angry. I also get emotional, though, because, you know, I hate dealing with this. Dealing with so much hostility, like with people at work. I feel like everyone at work has mistreated me. I feel like everyone's against me because of the fact that I'm different. Like, I'm trying to fit in too. Just give me a chance. And the only reason why I never quit, because if I quit, I'm letting them win. But I'm no quitter. I'm a winner. I'm a fighter. I'm a self-proclaimed it factor who's done it all for himself. You don't like the appearance. You don't like the way I dress. You don't like the baldness or the t-shirt, the hoodie, or any other type of clothing I wear. You don't like me at all. You feel free to get the fuck out. You can't accept me for who I am, then fuck you. Alright? Judging someone doesn't define them. It defines you of being a self-absorbed, egotistic son of a bitch. The people that judge others are not proud of themselves. They dealing with so-called self-hatred. That doesn't have to be you. Just keep doing your thing. Do what makes you happy. End of story.